It is Monday morning. It's Monday the 26th of January. It's my day off today. I don't have an awful lot to do, but I'm just going to crack on with a bit of ironing. And I also want to pop down to my mum and dad's today. I want to go and just see how they are. And I have got a few books that I'm going to take down for my mum. And I've got a few bits that I want to drop off at a local charity shop, which is about maybe 20 minutes walk from here. And I just want to get out of the house, get a bit of fresh air, just use a bit of energy up, because I've not, like I said, not got much on today. One of the things that I've wanting to do, about 18 months ago, I stopped working on a Monday. Things were just getting a little bit stressful, and I've really enjoyed having this time at home, and I just needed to de-stress. But for the last maybe 3 or 4 months, I've really getting that itchy feet feeling, you know, I'm getting a bit bored, and I've been trying to look for some sort of a course or a group that I can join locally. And at the minute, I'm really struggling to find something. If there's a group that pops up, it tends to be on a day when I'm working. And I've not found any courses that I've been interested in. Or then what I'm kind of interested in, they cost an absolute fortune. So I'm going to keep plodding on with that. But I am part of a local Facebook group in my area. So I'm just going to keep my eye on there. Because somebody put a post on literally yesterday, basically saying the same thing. You know, I think she said she was 39 and she's wanting to make some friends, and asking what, you know, things were available in this area. So I'm going to keep my eye out on that and see if anything pops up. But we just all seem to, I think, live our lives online nowadays, and that human connection just seems to be, I don't know, seems to be going a bit. But I'm determined I'm gonna gotta find something, because yeah, like I said, I'm just getting a little bit bored. So I'm gonna crack on with my ironing. Going to do what I want to do. At the minute it's about 8:05 and it's still a little bit dark out there, but at least it's not raining, so I want to get my ironing done, and can't really go down to my mum's yet. It's a bit too early, but as soon as I can, I'm going to get down there and get up to the charity shop, and so I'll catch up with you in a little while. So I've got my ironing done and dusted. It only took me about 10 or 15 minutes, so it's still a little bit too early to be going and visiting my mum. So I'm going to just bag up the things that I want to take to the charity shop. I've just popped this little, I've got this little pot storage thing out of the kitchen where I'm decluttering, so I'll pop that in some bubble wrap. And I've got my cushion that I'm taking. I've also got my straighteners that I'm taking. And while I was decluttering the other day, I come across these socks. And as you can see, I've never worn them. They've still got the price on 75p, but I just don't think I'm ever going to wear them. So they're going as well. So I'm just going to stick them in a black bag, and then I can take them to the charity shop. But while I was doing my ironing, I got a message on the phone, and I've checked it, and it's my invite for my cervical screening. So I've got to ring the doctors up and book in for that. So at least that's one good thing about having a day off in the week. If you've got any appointments, hopefully I can get in on a Monday and I can go and get that done and dusted, because it's not something I want to keep hanging and putting off. I want to just go and get that done now. So yeah, I'll get these bagged up and I'll see you in a bit. For about maybe a week or so, I've been on the lookout for a new kettle and toaster. And we went to a retail park yesterday, me and David, just to see if we could find a set. And we've been in quite a few shops, some of the big, you know, name shop like Curry's and B&M. And I've really struggled to find a matching set. One that I like and one in a sort of price range that, you know, we're happy to pay for. But what we found is that you can get the kettle, but you can't get the toaster. You can get the toaster, but not the kettle. you can get the kettle with a 4-slice toaster, but I've only got a small area where the kettle lives, and I can only get a 2-slice toaster, and I'm just really struggling to find one. I've had a little look on Argos website as well, so that's the possibility. There's 1 or 2 on there, but what I've found is that there is just not a lot of choice out there as well. And some of these shops, like the B&M that I've been in, it is a big, you know, it's a big shop. So yeah, I just can't believe how difficult it is. But while we was at the retail park, we popped into the Range. On my stairs, I've got a window, and it's a fairly decent sized window, and it's what I had a glass vase on. And I've moved that vase downstairs into the conservatory. I wasn't planning on it staying there, but I like it in there, so it's staying. So it's left an empty gap on the window on the stairs. So I went in yesterday to try to see, you know, what I could find, and I was looking at a clock that really caught my eye, and I thought that would actually look quite nice. But because it's a kind of like a decent sized window, and because of how it's positioned on the stairs, I think it needs a bit of height to it. So I saw this, and so I just thought I'd show you this. I think it is actually maybe a candle holder. You get like a little glass jar here. So I think you're supposed to put a candle in there, and it's got a mirror on the back. And that's why I think if you put a candle in there and it will lit, I think that would absolutely look really, really nice. But because this is, at the minute, I'm planning on putting it on the stairs, it's not practical, obviously, to put a candle in there and to light it. But I've got these are little buttonholes, these flowers, and they were from my daughter's wedding. So I just thought that they'd look, you know, they don't look too bad in there. And the actual thing is made of like a metal, and obviously you can see it's all sort of like got this cut out filigree type of design. So if you did have a candle in there, and I think of an evening, that would just, it would just look really nice. You'd get some really nice, you know, designs coming out of that. But that was £9.99 from the Range, so I'm really glad I found that. So that's one thing off my list. I've just got to find my kettle and toaster, so that is an ongoing project. But yeah, it's still only, it's still only 20 to 9. What else am I going to do before I can, do you know what, I might even go and maybe go to the charity shop first and then go and visit my mum and dad rather than just sitting about. It takes about 20 minutes from where I live to the charity shop. And I'll have to double check, but I'm sure it opens at 9 o'clock, so I might just go and get that done and dusted. So yeah, I'll see you in a bit. So I'm back from visiting my mum and the charity shop. My mum was just going out shopping, so I've literally just passed her the books and then I had to leave. I've had a nice warm drink because it's really quite cold today. And I've rung the doctors and I've made an appointment, and they've offered me an appointment this afternoon so I can get that all out of the way today, which is really good. When I got back from the charity shop, I'd got a parcel waiting for me from the poster. I've ordered this book off World of Books, How to Win Friends and Influence People. Dale, I don't know how you pronounce his surname, Dale Carnegie. I don't know. I read his other one, Take Command. So I quite like that one, so I got this one. It was £5, and World of Books is really good because if you spend £5, you get free postage and packing, which I don't think that is really bad at all. But yeah, I thought I'd just seen a ripped page. I don't think it was. But I don't think that's bad at all. So I'm going to read that in a bit. But one thing I want to get done, I started this waistcoat, crocheting this waistcoat. I started it well before Christmas, and I decided I wanted to add a few little sort of like extra details to it. So I've done this, and this is going to sit on the back, and so it looks like it's got like a belt almost effect to it. So I need to just put that on it. But I also wanted to put a couple of little pockets on. So I've done one. I've bought the buttons, and then this is the wool that I've got left. So I don't have enough wool to do another pocket. And I've been trying since before Christmas to buy, I only need one more ball of wool, and I've tried several home bargains and I just cannot get the wool. So I'm fed up of it just sitting there. So I'm going to finish this off. I'm just going to put this on, leave this to one side, and if it ever comes back in stock I can add the other pocket. So I'm just going to get this finished and then I'll have a try on. So I've got my waistcoat finally finished. That's the little back detail. I think I've got it straight. I'm quite happy with that. It fits nice and it comes just sort of like thigh length. It's just a real shame I've not at the minute got them pockets done. I was thinking about putting some poppers on just to keep it closed, but I don't know whether it actually looks right like that. So I'm going to keep it like this for now and just see what it's like wearing it. But I am in a, well, I've got a motto this year of one in, one out. So every time I buy something new, especially clothes wise, something's got to go. So I've already got this grey waistcoat and I really like this one. I got it from Primark, but I've had it for absolutely years. And I don't need two waistcoats, so I'm going to pop that in the new pile for the charity shop. But I've also been on Facebook, and somewhere in my local area they've just advertised some sort of a tabletop sale in March. So I might actually, I don't know what day it is, I can't remember if it's a Saturday, but I might just collect some things and just maybe give that a go. And it's £10 for the table. So, but I'm going to start a new pile of things. So that's me done for today with this. I've got this new wool, and it's a really, I think this is a really nice blue colour. And I've seen a jumper, so I think I'm now gonna start this. It's currently about 20 to 12, so if I can get going with this, and then I've got to go to the doctor's. My smear test is this afternoon now at 2:30, and I tend to walk there. It takes me about half an hour, so I can get a bit more fresh air. So I'll have to set off about 2 o'clock, so I'm just going to have maybe an hour. I just want to see if I can get this going. For some reason I always kind of struggle whenever I start a new project. It can take me several goes, so that is what I'm going to try and attempt this afternoon. So I'll see you in a little while. So I've managed to get going with my new project, and I am really liking this wool. I'm not sure if it gives you the right colour on camera, but yeah, I'm really liking that. And I always really like to get just that first couple of rows going, because I do struggle, and it's took me about 2 or 3 goes, but I've got it going. That is just the first panel, so it's about 1:30 more or less now. So I'm gonna go and get ready, and then I'm gonna go to my doctor's appointment. So that's the end of the video. So I just wanted to say thanks for watching. As I say, I do really appreciate it if you spent the time to watch the video, and hopefully I will see you in the next one. But for now, I'll see you later. Bye.